So much for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Ann Trujillo. A murder investigation crosses state lines into Colorado. Tonight, Indiana state troopers are in our state trying to figure out if a man threatening people with a hatchet is connected to the murder of these two young girls. And investigators here wonder if he has ties to another murder. Liz Gilardi's in the studio tonight. You've been digging into his lengthy past, Liz.
Well, we have Daniel Nations is a convicted felon and a sex offender. Earlier this year, he was homeless, living in an Indiana motel when police there lost track of him. And we still don't know exactly when, how, or why he ended up in Colorado. Daniel Nation shook his head when we confronted him in court and asked him about the murders of two innocent young girls from a sleepy town in rural Indiana.
Maybe we have somebody, but we still need to keep moving.
Their families are cautiously optimistic, wondering if the man arrested in Colorado is somehow tied to their case.
We still need to keep talking about it like he's still out there because we don't know.
Indiana State Police say a tip led them to Colorado. They're only calling Nations a possible person of interest at this point.
They're out there to decide if this subject is somebody we need to look at even harder.
Nations is accused of threatening people with a hatchet in El Paso County on the Mount Herman Trail, the same area where a cyclist was found shot to death earlier this month. Investigators here say they're looking to see if there's a connection. In January, Nations reported his address as a registered sex offender. He stayed at this Indianapolis motel. Police found the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German on a hiking trail in Indiana on Valentine's Day. He checked in with police that day, but the girls were killed the day before. He then moved out of a different Indiana motel in May. Authorities lost track of him. Sometime after that, he ended up in Colorado. A ticket from Georgetown police puts him here in July. Fast forward to this week when police arrested him. He had a gun in his car and admitted to having a hatchet.
We'll be able to figure out one way or the other.
Those investigations continue tonight. 3 unsolved murders spanning 2 states and a lot of unanswered questions about Nations. Lots of questions for sure. I actually used to work in Indiana and talked with some of my contacts at state police. They do want to stress that this is just one possible lead. So far, they've followed up on hundreds, but none have received this kind of attention. They say it's because of the circumstances surrounding his arrest. It's just so bizarre. Reporting live in the studio tonight, Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.